Greetings, folks. This is DC Investing, Reach Financial Independence, and I'm talking about topics that may help others on their pathway to financial independence. And the thing I wanted to talk about today was venturing out on your own and creating your own business. And the reason why I mention that is because there seems to be a lot of folks online that are kind of saying that starting your own business is one of the best ways that things you can do in order to achieve financial independence quicker than other folks. And the disclaimer thing I would say is that it can create financial freedom for you if you're in the right industry and you get enough luck and the economics work really well. But it can also not work out for you. And there's, like Warren Buffett said, if you find something you like to do and are good at, you will never work a day of your life. And he chose investing as his focus, and it was a very, very lucrative business to be in and something to like. But the average person, is not going to be able to do that, nor a lot of those investment folks out there. I think there's only a limited number that really succeed and do well in life, and a lot of the others don't succeed, or they become scammers and end up causing more problems in this world. So there was a study that I looked at that talked about concentric circles, and if you can find a business that overlaps all of those, that's good. And one of them is like, what can you make money in and be paid well at? One is, what are you gifted at? Are you naturally gifted at something? And then the third one is, what can you really adequately do long-term over time? So if you have a natural talent and ability towards something, you can actually work at it and create a business around it. And if it pays you financially, all three of those things are a good combination. But a lot of folks, that won't be true. And if you find, if the circles, like if you're good at something, you're naturally talented, but you can't make money at it, it's not a place to go down towards financial independence. And my personal story, I'm an engineer. Building machines just makes a ton of sense to me. I'm really good at it. And I have dabbled in the entertainment business off and on for the past long while. I specifically built Halloween haunted house attractions, and I'm really good at it. And I have not succeeded financially in that business. It's actually been a detriment to me. And so just wanted to bring that up, is that businesses can set you back sometimes and not bring you further forward. And so, I created a tented event in front of a business one year. Actually, it was 2 years. It was a big tent. It was like 40 feet wide by 120 feet long, basically a circus tent. It didn't make money. We ended up selling it after a couple of years. I broke even on it. I joined with another conglomerate in my city. We actually ended up increasing the business till we owned 3 different locations. We were in some big strip malls, and then unfortunately the strip malls all got sold to some other, big REIT or something, and they weren't as friendly to us. We ended up losing all 3 of those locations. So that was like 5 to 7 years of my time frame that I actually lost money on. And then the last go round, I put all my effort into creating a 30,000 square foot venue. Did a lot of work to make it. It was a spectacular place. And what I didn't see coming is that we got a new round of city officials in my community that were unfriendly to me, and they ended up shutting me down on some little nuance of some code issue. They refused to let me address that code issue, and I could tell that they were just hostile to the whole place, and that it was going to be miserable to try to maneuver within the city. And so, I just want to bring that up, is that cities should be for businesses, but they might just choose that they don't like you and make your life a living hell. And thus, starting your own business comes with a lot more risk. And in my case, running my own business was not the key to financial success. It has consistently been a step backwards. I tend to lose money or not make money or something. Even though I was really good at it, I felt like there was the economic potential behind it. It just wasn't the case. But what did work for me is investing in other companies. So I own a lot of oil pipelines, energy producers. Um, I have a lot of dividend producing stocks. And so, all of these are big companies. And if a city came down after them or a government, they've got legal teams that can fight that and often do. So that's what has worked for me, is not to run my own company, but to invest in other large established companies. And so as I've had extra capital, I've just invested it in these companies. The things that I really like are dividend paying companies. The oil pipelines usually have an on average dividend of like 7.5% across all the different. I've probably owned 20 or 25 or 30 different names in that segment, and I really like the dividends. So, for me, trying to run my own business was just a failure. I was not successful at that. It was always a setback to me. Whereas investing in other people's company, that was the solution. So I just wanted to bring that up, is that the idea out there where they tell you to start a business, um, it can work out if you're in, like I said, the right segment. You get lucky and can make a lot of money at it. But you might just end up starting a business that is kind of a ball and chain around you that holds you back. And during that time when I was investing with this other group that we built 3 different locations, if I had just put that money into the S&P 500 and invested it, I would have been, reached that millionaire mark much earlier than I did. And so it's just kind of interesting thinking back, this idea that you have to have your own business to get wealthy. It's just not true. And sometimes they can be a detriment to you. So that's kind of my thinking today. There's lots of ways to get wealthy. Starting your own business might be a method, but it's a ton of work. I probably put a lot of 80-hour weeks into doing my own business, and it just failed eventually. It was out of my hands. I couldn't save it. Um, and, not a financially not a financial step forward to me. But what has been is just saving up funds, investing in the markets. Slowly over time, they've gone up, and now I have some freedom. So it's kind of my thoughts on business. Be curious to see what you guys think. Have you ever started a business that failed? Does the city ever come down on you? Do you have a business that succeeded? What are your thoughts on becoming your own entrepreneur? Do you recommend it to everybody, or do you say just be really careful? So like, subscribe. Thanks for being here. We'll see you. Bye.